Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, a lot has been said about Martin Odegaard, and some of his former coaches have mentioned the fact that he can get the ball in very small places and find solutions. And that's a rare skill which he's been able to hone on his travels, which are wide and long. Now, this is exactly what this team needs from him. Let's see if he can produce it.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Odegaard. Nesta cuts out the pass. And it's Ibrahimovic. Mbappe. This is promising. And this is Ibrahimovic. Bergkamp. And that has been slung wide.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
Berbatov! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Messi goes short. No way through, so back it comes. Nice interception, well timed. And it's been hooked away. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Can he finish? Bellingham, who needs just a moment to score a goal. And they can counter here, looking for the run. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, super find. Eto'o plays it in low.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Now it's Berbatov. Chance here to counter. Nesta makes the interception. Mbappe. Now, what about a counter-attack? Mbappe going face-to-face with his great rival. Bergkamp. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Bergkamp. He shifted it to the flank. Nicely spread. Messi has it out wide and in space. And that is the end of the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. So we're underway for the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Mbappe. Oh, this looks sharp. Odegaard, a player whose confidence, whose sense of adventure rubs off on all of those around him. And it's Ibrahimovic. And here's the chance to counter. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Bergkamp. Royce will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Ibrahimovic. Bergkamp, quietly revving up. Good ball, good take. He's found a way through. Shot at goal! And that is doing no harm at all.
That's a shame, Peter. Such a great run, but he didn't have that clinical edge.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 25.
Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so...
Shapes to shoot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Eto'o is wide and looking to get onto this. Nice control. It's a goal kick. Davis. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Berbatov. And he's worked it through. Not a hint of offside here. Berbatov. Costa Curta clears without hesitation. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's in plenty of space here. That's tidy. Forced to go back. Can he finish? He's got a goal! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 24.
So here comes the substitution.
Number 13.
So we have the first goal.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
14. Erling Haaland.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Eto'o gets flagged offside. Davis did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Mbappe. Eto'o has it in a wide position. And it's Messi.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And it's Ibrahimovic. Now, can they get him away? Bellingham tries a shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
I think he's done.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really...
Hello everyone, and welcome to
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So things are underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Thuram gets across and deals with it. This is a promising build-up.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Mitchell can get it clear. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Now it's Aubameyang. This looks promising. Hazard! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Hazard really looked as though he had chosen correctly then, and yet we quickly realised he hadn't.
Nepal, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And Cruyff! No, just not quite.
Cruyff has taken on too much there. That isn't one of the areas he thrives on.
De Paul is always scanning the pitch for targets. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Aubameyang. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Now it's Cruyff. And this is Eto'o. Can he finish? Goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Nepal have taken the lead.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
De Bruyne. That's going to go a long way. Nepal looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. And here's Eto'o. Good chance here!
Eto'o made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
And he's taking no chances there. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Hazard. Luis Suarez has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Now it's Hazard. And it's De Bruyne. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And for the first half, that is that. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands. So no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Nepal are 1-0 up at half-time and it's all to play for. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, my advice would be to keep at it. If you're doing well, keep it going.
Can he get it through? He's in a great position here. Schlotterbeck clears it away. Mbappe. He's going for goal! And he couldn't quite find the target.
Just couldn't quite control it. Nothing wrong with the height and the contact.
Chiellini. Nesta. Now Mbappe.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Thuram is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Ambitious ball here. And this is Ibrahimovic. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible Ibrahimovic! Oh my word, that is quite something! About as smooth as it gets! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
Substitution on the field. Number 17.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Nepal are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Looking for options for movement. Thuram. Cruyff. Costa Curta. Mbappe, renowned for his long-range shooting. And it's Luis Suarez. Tries to play it through. And this is Totti. He's found a way through. Drills one in. That's a lovely, neat pass. Nepal can consider themselves just about safe now. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Cruyff. De Paul. Now it's Totti. Totti going forward. That's a cute ball. Picked out brilliantly.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's there to retrieve it. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Nepal are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job.
Hello everyone, and welcome.
Well, football is of course ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. According to what we've been told, this is how it looks. It's a 4-3-3.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly...
He's had a shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And that was as close to certain as can be.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So, a breakthrough already. Now it's Cruyff. Messi. Thiago. Tries to play it through. And the shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Cordoba with the clearance. Cross flung in, terrific effort! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Luis Suarez.
Nepal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Romario providing an outlet on that flank. Cruyff can see things others simply cannot. Bellingham played into space, and this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nesta played for Chiellini, and it's Bellingham. And here's Eto'o.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Chance! No, just not quite.
That is a really good chance miss, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Merino. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Merino. And he's picked it up out wide. And he's intervened well there.
Nepal truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
And here's Cruyff. And here's Cruyff. Merino. And it's Marino. Thiago looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Romario. Now it's Marino. Oh, that's fabulous. Bellingham. Can he spark a counter here? Mbappe. Chance, surely! And yes, it's there! They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
And that is indeed the final act. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time. So once again, we're underway. Messi. Thiago. Valde. Now it's Ibrahimovic. He can run onto that. He's being urged to shoot. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Bellingham.
That's going in strongly.
Luis Suarez has found the net here, of course.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Luis Suarez. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Thuram. Bellingham. Someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. No, it's come to nothing. Balde. Thiago has created one goal already. Merino. Balde receives it in a wide position. And a shot! They want to be quick to recover this.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
De Rossi. Now Mbappe. Not much subtlety about that challenge. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Cafu. Can he get on the end of this? I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Substitution for Borussia Dortmund. Number 5, Mikel Merino. Number 20, Lionel Messi. Coming on the field. Number 8, Dennis Bergkamp. Number
Just
10,
about up to 75 minutes. That's the throw. Thiago knocks it into space. Bergkamp looking to receive it in space.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can. Borussia Dortmund clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Well, now it's a race for the ball. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
And it's Cruyff. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. And he's cut it out.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Balde.
2 added minutes.
The final seconds now. Takes on his marker. Cafu. Oh, that is a nice touch. And that'll be the end of that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Ibrahimovic claiming the Man of the Match award. And there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We are just getting started. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, it's hard to ignore Bellingham, Peter, because he's been compared to so many past England greats. His versatility, the unpredictability.
Shot, surely! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
I'm still trying to figure out how he managed to get that contact. That's a super volley.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, there's a probing ball. Knocks it into space. Cruyff. And this is Cruyff. Bellingham. Now Cruyff. Well, that has not gone well. Looking for the run. Bellingham! Now, who's going to be first to this? That's good play. Bellingham plays it in. Nice interception, well timed. Nepal leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Chiellini. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. Nepal very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Mbappe. De Rossi. Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic proves just a little bit too strong.
Ibrahimovic clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
And this is Ronaldo. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Now it's Eto'o. Bellingham finding himself in space. Can he finish? And it's in! And this is getting better and better. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Nepal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And it's Cáceres. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Now it's Cruyff. Nesta cuts out the pass. Bellingham always looking for that half a chance. Aimed beyond the defence. Mbappe. Delicate ball and it's getting up there! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And that signals the end of the first period. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Nepal looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. So off we go again. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's been cut out, well played. Scholes. And this is Ronaldo. And he is dashing away.
Well, at least they acknowledged the effort.
Costa Curta getting this one clear. And it's Cruyff. Driving forward. Now it's Eto'o. And here's Bellingham. And this is Ibrahimovic. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Eto'o is a player who's always giving defenders headaches. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Knocks it out wide. Strong running down that left flank. Ronaldo picks it up out wide. And that is not finding anyone. Mbappe going forward. Bellingham. Now it's Cruyff. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
In he goes again! But he's left disappointed.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Now it's Cruyff. Just eases him off the ball. Thuram. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mbappe. He's dribbled past his man here. Eto'o. Very nicely done. Played in by Eto'o. And that should get the job done. That'll be a throw-in. So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, to wait until now to make this change seems a bit baffling. He's expecting the miraculous to turn this around from here.
Coming on to replace him is number 23, David Beckham.
Scholes. Scholes ventures forward. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. Mbappe is herring after that one. And it's Eto'o. Now it's Cruyff. Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Eto'o. Mbappe! Lovely feet. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Nepal can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of poise, potency. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started.
What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection.
Now who's going to be first to this? And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Caught offside that time. Well timed, excellent interception. Ibrahimovic, and the through ball. Beckenbauer, and it's Modric. It's Roberto Carlos. Great vision. Neymar gets into a good position. Ah, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Looking for the run. And they've got a throw. Now it's Roberto Carlos. And this is Modric. Diaby! And that was struck with genuine force.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Costa Curta. Nepal, so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Now it's Luis Suarez. Modric. And it's Luis Suarez. Strokes it back. Neymar. It's Neymar! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Can he get it through? Mbappe! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Mbappe deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Diaby. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Mbappe. There he goes, motoring forward. Neymar. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, what has happened here? Oh, good ball. Shapes to shoot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o gets on his bike and on the move.
Bellingham.
Upright and purposeful. Neymar. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time.
Hello, everybody, and this is
So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Loves FM station.
Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. Down to business again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
And he whips it in. And it's hoisted clear.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Koundé. Modric. And here's Neymar. Diaby. Can he get on the end of this? Diaby going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And they're quick to get it back. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. Plays a sharp little ball here. And he's quick to get rid. Showing good feet. And it's Modric. Guardiola. Oh, sweet feet. Delivered low.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Manchester United are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Eto'o. Akanji does well not to be outdone there. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Stood up well to him there.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And Cruyff! Oh, a very decent attempt.
Substitution for Manchester United, number 17.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Number 15, Neymar. Number 6, Luka Modric. Coming on the field, number 4, Michel Platini.
There's the delivery. Shot, surely! And that's in! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Nepal have fired themselves in front.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
And it's Eto'o. And he cuts out the supply. Nepal close now to seeing this one through to the end. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Shot could be... Eto! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, the pass was sublime. The finish was substandard. What a disappointment.
Guardiola.
2 added minutes
Time
have
added
been
on
indicated.
will be 2 minutes. Mbappe. Ibrahimovic. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Nepal have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it. Eto taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
Celebrating their wedding anniversary today.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
This was all about tactics, Peter. A weakness in the central areas, both in defence and midfield, which is something we referred to before the game, and the manager was smart enough to make sure it was exploited.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We're up and running then. Well, we all know of Johan Cruyff as the father of total football, but what can we expect from him on the pitch, Jim?
He'll be the conductor, Peter, making sure that his team creates space and make good use of it. I expect him to be running the show and adding a touch of class to proceedings.
Yeah, winning with style, and that's what he has always been about.
Always.
Oh, good-looking ball. Chouameni. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Now, can they get him away? Good ball, good take. He's having a shot! Goal! Arsenal! That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Nepal finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Bergkamp.
Nepal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Chiellini. Threads one in. Picked out brilliantly. Chance! And it's in! They are purring, truly purring.
The goal scorer for Arsenal.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
So that's two now without reply.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And this is Aguero. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And it's Cruyff. Cruyff. Looking for the run, and he welcomes it in. Lampard. Bojan. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Lampard. Now it's Bergkamp. Spread it left. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he's been shifted off it. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Chance for a shot! And he hits the net.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
38 minutes in. Number 9, Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o.
Nepal cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
Lampard. And here's Ferran Torres. Tries one from range. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Ferran Torres is offering a wry smile there.
And that has been cleared. Now it's Lampard. Plays a sharp little ball here. Bellingham makes the interception.
Have been indicated.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. And it's Cruyff. That's it, 45 minutes up. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it.
Please look at the screen for information.
Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. The second period is underway.
Nepal really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Good pressure, determined, intense. Bojan conjures time and space where few can. Great vision. Incoming to... and a header! Oh, it rattles the bar! Mbappe. Costa Curta. Mbappe. Eto'o looking to add to his goal. Can he get it through? And this is Ibrahimovic. Looks across and plays it in. Neuer claims it without any fuss. Thuram. Costa Curta. De Rossi. It's Bellingham. And it's Eto'o. And it's Cruyff. Eto'o. Mbappe. Mbappe gets flagged offside. Now that's well seen too. Lampard with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Bergkamp. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. De Rossi.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Nicely weighted ball. Aguero! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Costa Curta. Just a quarter of an hour to play. It's Bellingham. Ibrahimovic. He's on it. Can he get away? Aimed beyond the defence. Tries a shot! And that's in! Right back in it! almost no time remaining. Game still on.
After 79 minutes in.
His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 27.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
He's going for goal! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
And that has earned a reprieve for the time being.
Arsenal clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. And here's Aguero.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And he shoots! Oh, wow, that's crazy! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o.
Nepal found the way, forcibly. Now they must hold out.
Well, what an end to the game, Peter. But now comes the overwhelming question: how long is there left, including stoppages?
O'Reilly. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Nepal have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure.
Hello, everyone.
Eto'o picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
In the surrounding community.
So there we have it, Jim. A game seemingly destined for stalemate, but then the ultimate smash and grab.
Nepal really wanted this. I mean, look at those players now. Some are barely able to move. They squeezed every ounce of energy out of themselves to get this result, and congratulations to them.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable.
Please welcome everyone. On now.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway.
Well, for any attacker facing him, Peter, trying to force your way through Rio Ferdinand must be a daunting prospect.
Well, he is one of the great English defenders of his generation.
Quite, Peter. His playing style boasts good speed and technique, a superb reading of the game. He hardly had to tackle. That in itself can be seen as quite an achievement.
He's picked... Oh, good climb! It's there!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
After 7 minutes is number 9.
Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Well, I don't think he could have asked for a better ball in there, Peter. All he had to do was get in position.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Beckenbauer. Serginho running with the ball. Aguero has it in a wide position. Nice control. And he's managed to get free. And this is Neymar. Neymar! But he's left disappointed.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
Costa Curta. Now that looks a decent ball. Eto'o gets flagged offside. He has found the way through. Oh, good take in a good area. Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Nepal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Looking for a runner. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Eto'o! Belgium have the chance to go the other way. The Rossi does well to get it back. And here's Cruyff. And it's Bellingham. Now it's Eto'o! Oh, what has happened here? And a shot! Neymar. Spread out to the left. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. The Rossi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. The Rossi promptly onto that, and that is that. Chiellini. Thuram. Serginho going forward. Neymar. Nicely aimed pass.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Lahm. And it's half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Nepal trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we are back on the way.
Nepal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Roberto Carlos is wide and looking to get onto this. Chiellini. Nepal still chasing a one-goal deficit here. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Beckenbauer gets it away. Cruyff finding himself in space. And now they can spring out of defence. Belgium choosing to make the first change. Madueke coming on here. A change that was broadly anticipated.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Bellingham. And here's Ibrahimovic. Now there's a fine shoot! It's run loose, oh, he's been caught napping! And it's been shipped out wide.
Nepal really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Over to the right flank. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Lahm shows great strength. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Substitution for Belgium, number 8, Dragan Stojkovic. Coming on to replace him is number 6, Declan Rice.
Nesta. To Chiellini. But it's Thuram. Bellingham. To De Rossi. Mbappe with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. That's a delicate pass. Kobel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Oh, some astute defending there. He's found a way through. Looking for the run.
Belgium can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Neymar. And that will be the final act. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, I hate to sound too harsh, Peter, but that was poor. I mean, devoid of ideas, devoid of guile, devoid of cohesion.
Hello everyone, and welcome to...
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So things are underway. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely.
Aguero! It's there!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
5 minutes in. Number 21.
He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
So, a breakthrough already. In with the challenge.
Well, they keep pressing like that as long as they can.
And here's Aguero. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Dani Olmo actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Oh, good-looking ball. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Kimmich. That's a good ball out wide. Hakimi gets into a good position. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. And he's taking no chances there. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And now they can spring out of defence. Not the most accurate pass. It's a good run down the right. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. Messi will not... There's the shot! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Hakimi.
Nepal really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And here's Aguero. Can he get away here? He's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Caught offside that time. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. And this is Eto'o. Takes a shot! And he's stuck it away! They have come roaring back!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
That was a given. It always was.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Hakimi. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Rijkaard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Goes for the shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Nesta is there, and he can get that clear. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nepal are looking to go forward now. That's good running with the ball. It's Eto'o! Sensational from Eto'o! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Nepal have their lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they?
And that brings the first half to a close. Nepal have done it in good style. Forced to come from behind, they find themselves in front at half-time, which is, for them, more or less ideal. So there was the first half.
Well, I've been left almost breathless here, Peter. This is frantic stuff. 45 minutes just seem to fly by. Here's hoping both teams can maintain this level.
Nepal leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline. So right back into the action. Ibrahimovic! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
And it's Aguero. Kimmich. Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost any. And the shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! It's a goal! They've done it again! It is incredible!
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, he was definitely fully focused on that, Peter. His reaction and anticipation got him there when everyone else was spectating.
Paris Saint-Germain dragged themselves back again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Oh, such a clever touch. He's got away. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo going face-to-face with his great rival. Eto'o. Just about up to the hour now. Ibrahimovic. This is promising. And he is... Can he finish? He's got a goal! And they're back in front! And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Nepal with the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Nice looking ball. And he's there to clear it.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Cruyff. No outsmarting him this time. Cruyff was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Well, I appreciate the fact he's trying to make a difference, and if he carries on like that, he may well do.
Eto'o unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Now it's Dani Olmo. And he plays one through. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Yet another interesting duel, this.
Deftly away. Referee's given a throw. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. So time for a potential game changer.
Well, it's going to make for a frantic end, Peter. Let's hope he's got enough time to make the impact he wants.
Drogba.
Number 25.
Now it's Aguero. Now it's Messi. Driving through the middle. And again! Well taken goal. Again, we are level. What a contest!
Exactly what you want to see from your players. Courage, fight in the face of adversity. You couldn't ask for much more.
And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 9. Lionel
So we have
Messi.
further activity on the bench here.
Joshua
It is
Kimmich.
compelling, this, utterly compelling.
On the field.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Number 15.
Now there's a fine ball.
Steven Gerrard.
And he's straight offside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And it's Cruyff. De Rossi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
6 added minutes have been indicated.
Aguero. And it's Olmo. Dani Olmo. Takes on his marker. Over to the right flank. That's tidy. Oh, important interception. Eto is someone who's... Oh. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Eto, voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Hello, everybody, and please join me.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result, in my opinion.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. So from us both, a very good evening.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another, he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough, tough seems to come easy for him.
Chiellini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Goes for a shot! And again! He's scored!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
9 minutes is number 19.
Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Nepal leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Totti. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's a threatening ball. And he shoots! It's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. De Rossi can so cleverly bypass the press.
Barcelona always have been a side that are known for pressing, a style that's very high tariff, Peter.
But it can pay off big time, can't it?
Yeah, just about every top side are doing this now.
Rijkaard. That'll be a throw-in. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Eto'o. And they can counter here. Mbappe. Shoots! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Rijkaard.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Spread out to the left, and that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
O'Reilly.
Was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Nicely spread. O'Reilly stands tall and stands strong. Half-time getting close now. Juve looking to add to his goal. Knocks it into space. Shot a goal! What a wonderful goal!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Albert Ferrer. No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. Tries to dink it through. Chance for a shot! And it's in! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
That is so good, such sharp skills. And such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
And that is all they have time for. Nepal are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far.
Please make sure you always
No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. Nepal get the second half started. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic charging forward, the ball at his feet. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And here's Aguero. It's Aguero! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Aguero clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Cruyff. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And this is Aguero. Totti. And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. O'Reilly.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now, the ball's gone astray. Aguero never out of the action for very long. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Aguero with the short one. Nepal are looking to go forward now. Mbappe. And here's Ibrahimovic. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. And no, that was never going to make it. Nepal do have a chance to counter here. This is it then, now or never.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Thuram wins the duel this time. Ibrahimovic. And this is Cruyff. Mbappe! Off the post! And that's a real chance missed.
Mbappe has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Substitution for Barcelona, number 7,
Barcelona can make their change now with a break in play.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Dink through.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Thuram has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted.
2 added minutes have been
The
indicated.
final seconds now, and that's really well manoeuvred. Mbappe purring through the gears. Now it's Bellingham. Tries a measured ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. And the referee brings it to a close. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Ibrahimovic taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
This is an announcement from the local police.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, Peter, I suppose it's something. Not ideal for either side, of course, although if you look at the overall balance of things, neither did enough to win this, and I think the result is quite fair.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're very much on the way now. Who do you think this turns on, Jim? Rooney! Wayne Rooney! Only him!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good.
Number 20, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Cruyff. Nice-looking ball. It's a good-looking... And the shot! And it's in! That It's remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I think the players will be buoyed by the fact that they've managed to level things in a hurry. Tails most definitely up now.
That's good running with the ball. And that's gone loose. Ibrahimovic. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. That's an imaginative pass.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
McAllister is always looking to break lines. Yamal. He's got away. Yamal proves just a little bit too strong. Costa Curta. Now Mbappe. Yamal has created one goal already. Aguero.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now here's the delivery.
That's good defensive concentration. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Akanji aimed beyond the defence, and he's picked it up out wide. Oh, such a clever touch. Opts to play it back, and that is expertly dealt with. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. He's through here. Oh, good take in a good area. And a header! They've got to be quick to recover this. In again. Romero getting this one clear. Played out to the left flank. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And here's Ibrahimovic. Serginho. Oh, there's a probing ball.
2 added minutes have been indicated.
We are into overtime, and it's Rooney. Now it's Yamal. Lovely feet. And that is headed for the middle. Nesta. And that brings the first half to a close. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Nepal really showed some resolve in that first half, Peter, after going behind. So I think the message from the manager will be quite a positive one. Keep going and keep doing what you've been doing, because it's pretty good.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. So it's back to business.
Nepal are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And Cruyff! It's bounced back off the post. Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
Cruyff certainly got the pace he wanted on that, but not the all-important bend.
De Rossi, Bellingham, always looking for that half a chance. Oh, good-looking ball. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Xavi, and shifted it to the flank. Chiellini gets across to intercept that. Looking to play him in. It's a promising position. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. That is good alertness. And here's Mbappe. Chips it through.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Great vision. Deftly away. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Oh, sweet feet. And no, he's seen through all of that. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Chance, surely! Well taken goal. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Substitution for Trabzonspor, number 21.
Trabzonspor choosing to make the first change.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now.
Can he finish? And a neat finish. And that should do it. Within sight of the finish line.
After 77 minutes in.
A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the lead now is 2.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Aguero. And this is Gerrard. Serginho has chance for a shot! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Substitution for Trabzonspor, number 17.
So we have further activity on the bench here.
Number 2, Manuel Akanji. Coming on the field, number number 22.
De Rossi
Miguel
being
Merino.
hounded, manhandled at times.
Well, they've got to deny him time and space, and that's one way of ensuring it.
Oh, he's having a go! He's got away with one there. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Chiellini.
Added minutes have been indicated.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely weighted ball. Miguel Merino finding himself in space.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that's that. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will. And this place is bouncing. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Thuram, a player joining here, a pretty big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And here's Cruyff. Mbappe, chance for a shot! It's there! Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, you've always got to have players that are willing to make the runs, and when you keep plugging away, that will happen.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Haaland. It's a searching pass. And he's there to belt it away.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Nepal very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. And it's Zambrotta. He has a look up. Aimed beyond the defence. And he's straight offside. Nicely spread. Mbappe with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Chouameni. Nepal leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Doesn't quite get there. "30 minutes gone. Oh, there's a probing ball. Mbappe, given the lift of his goal. Bellingham. And this is Eto'o! And it's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Nepal are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
And it's Cruyff. Looking for options for movement.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Could move up a gear here. Danny Olmo. Haaland. He's having a pop! Oh, crossbar!
Added minutes have been indicated.
Bellingham. Oh, good-looking ball. And it's Olmo. Cucurella. And it's been played through. Can he finish? It's a decent watch, a frantic watch. It is half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Nepal looking composed, content, comfortable, leading 2-0 at half-time. So we're off again. That has been slung wide. And it's played... He leaps for it! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Thuram. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Nicely weighted ball. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there.
I think there were a few doubts for a split second, Peter, as to whether he was offside. I think he really got away with one there.
Well timed, excellent interception. Nepal with this 2-goal lead. They're certainly looking much the more assured side. And that has been cut short. That's a lovely, neat pass. Chiellini. Bellingham. De Rossi. Nesta. Now Costa Curta. Mbappe. Zambrota. And it's Cucurella. Oh, perfectly measured that. Dani Olmo. Well, that's an excellent interception. And it's Zanetti. Nice bit of trickery. And he's in on goal. Zanetti, he's rising! Off the post! Well, that's a fair try, but just off target.
We're talking fine margins, very fine margins.
Substitution on the field, number 17.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Now there's a fine ball. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Look at the space here. Lofted in. Oh, good climb! And how did he not put that away?
Well, I think it's great. He's showing plenty of fight here. You want that to spread throughout the team now.
Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. De Rossi. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Chips it through. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off.
Substitution on the field. Number 7.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
Well, that looks a decent ball. And the shot! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Oh, great leap! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers.
Please join me.
Eto'o claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter, but he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
Looking for a runner. Eto'o. Played in by Eto'o.
There's much frustration as to the lack of a touch to finish that off.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. Tries to play it through. Shot could be on.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Oh, good ball. Clipped into space. Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Adeyemi is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. And here's Ibrahimovic. Now that looks a decent ball. Cannavaro is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Thiago Played out towards the right wing. Adeyemi going face-to-face with his great rival. Mbappe! Tielemans. Rodgers. And it's Ibrahimovic. Aimed beyond the defence. Azar. Maldini. Well, a goal here just before half-time could mean a great deal. It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, that's fabulous. Can he get it through? Costa Curta gets across to intercept that. Bellingham. It's Cruyff. Now it's Eto'o. Cannavaro pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Oh, good spread.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Mbappe. And the referee says that is that for the first half.
Hello, everyone.
So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. Reflections on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Nepal really can count themselves lucky not to be behind at half-time. Couldn't really work out what they were trying to do, actually. Letting themselves get dominated like that, it's very confusing.
Drives it in.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Koundé has a look and plays it forward. Tielemans. And it's Thiago. Nicely weighted.
Chance! And it's in! It is the pick-me-up they all longed for.
The goal scorer for Barcelona.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
Koundé can clear it away. He slings it in. Tielemans gets it away. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, there really isn't enough happening up front, Peter. They just haven't been afforded much by way of creating chances. They must start showing some bite.
Nesta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Tries to pass it through. Look at the space here.
Real chance!
And he's really put himself on the line here. And that should get the job done. Stood up well to him there. Now who's going to be first to this? Barcelona have the chance to go the other way. Tries a measured ball. Tielemans with the clearance.
Nepal really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, no joy this time. Cannavaro attempts a clearance. Adeyemi. Adeyemi carries the ball down the right. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Well, this could be it, bar something close to a minor miracle.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the late show.
De Rossi conjures time and space where few can. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Tielemans. Thuram. And it's Cruyff. Oh, some tackle that. Goes down, but nothing given. That's that, the end. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things already rolling.
Well, Peter, it's a joy to have a chance to watch one of the finest to emerge from the African continent, Samuel Eto'o. He backs up his goals with a really strong work rate, and he's always effective, whether on or off the ball.
Yeah, fantastic talisman for his nation.
And more discipline than people credit him.
Ball's played through. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. De Rossi. Mbappe. And it's Cruyff. And this is Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Yamal. Denilson takes aim and crosses.
What a letdown when you've got such presence and movement.
Played back in. Fair effort, he reacted well.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Pullet with the short one. Oh, such a clever touch. And the shots, and the shot! Goal! Flamengo! And that was as close to certain as can be.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Flamengo have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now. Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And the finish! Well taken goal. They are purring, truly purring.
The goal scorer for Flamengo after 25
One
minutes.
sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Flamengo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department. Nepal are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Pull it. Plays a sharp little ball here. Brilliantly cut out. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Flamengo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Here's a chance! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
Now it's Eto'o. No, he refuses to take the bait. Now it's Van Basten. And they can counter here. No outsmarting him this time. Now it's Eto'o. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and...
Oh, good effort! And he's stuck it away! Half-time rapidly approaching. That could be a big one. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Nepal cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Can he get it through? And that's gone all the way through to the keeper. That's it, 45 minutes up. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Nepal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And this is Cruyff. He is through here. He has a look. Eto'o! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. A heavy challenge. And now a sudden chance to counter. Raul, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. Oh, good take in a good area. Chance! And that's a sharp finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
There was a distinct lack of pressure there, Peter. It was a good finish, but it was made easy. That's poor defence.
So the lead now is 2.
You can certainly sense a real change of mood here. Now the crowd are demanding that they just finish this off.
Nepal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Rijkaard, a man never lacking in drive or determination. And it's Otto, looking to play him in. And that's a throw-in.
Substitution for Flamengo, Danielson. Coming on the field is number 7, Eden Hazard.
Eto'o powering forward here. Mbappe. And here's Cruyff, picked out brilliantly. He won't be happy with that one. Van Bouten. Gullit, renowned for his long-range shooting. Out for a throw.
Substitution for Flamengo, number 19, Lamine Yamal. Raúl coming on the field.
Gullit going face-to-face with his great rival.
Lionel Messi.
Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Stojkovic. Pass somewhat off target. Thuram. Threads one in. And once more he proves rigid and robust. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Takes on his marker.
There will be 3 minutes.
Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. So no flag here. Nepal could have here their final chance.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Tries to pass it. Real chance! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And he's there to clear it. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. Your reflections then, Jim?
Hello everyone, and welcome to...
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now.
It's hard to overlook the presence of Tony Adams at the back here, Peter.
Yeah, well, he's dominant, isn't he, and uncompromising and courageous. Those are the the sorts of words you always apply to him.
Yeah, and his reading of the game means he was always a step ahead of the opposition. He's surprisingly quick too, you know. It will be a massive challenge to get the better of him.
And here's Drogba.
Drogba really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Ibrahimovic, and this is Van Basten. Nicely weighted ball. Great chance! There it is!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Now it's Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And the shot! A real chance and a real let-off.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
So just one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And it's Van Basten. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. No, that's been intercepted. Knocks it into space. Haaland has it in a wide position. Khan claims it, safe hands. Thuram is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Bellingham. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Cruyff. Xabi Alonso did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And here's Haaland. Caught offside that time. Beckenbauer. That has been slung wide. He's being urged to... Haaland! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, such a clever touch. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Bellingham.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Now it's Van Basten. He's having a pop! He is just caressing the ball. Delivers with whip. Adams getting this one clear. Gets his head on it! Off the post! And that's a tidy finish! And there's the goal they've been looking for. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. Nepal are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Xavi Alonso. Now it's Drogba. Now it's Haaland. Alonso. And the referee has signalled for half-time.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Nepal looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. Away we go again. Mbappe, with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Looking to play him in. Good ball over the top. Khan breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. De Rossi. And it's Van Basten. Van Basten, this is promising.
Van Basten clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Now that looks a decent ball. De Rossi cuts it out. Khan getting this one clear. He's beaten the last man.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Flings in across. That's going to go a long way. And it's been hooked away. It's a throw-in. That's very neat. Costa Curta. To Kaut. Kimmich. And it's Ibrahimovic. Chelsea needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
It's Drogba! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's certainly onside here. And now the breakaway. Now it's Van Basten. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Can he get it through? Goes for a shot! Deftly away. It's a threatening ball. Drogba. Now it's Haaland.
There will be 1 minute added
Played out
time.
towards the right wing. Mbappe. And there goes the final whistle. It's a super show all round, both sides doing their best to impose themselves, but one evidently, undeniably better equipped than the other. Ibrahimovic, voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Towards the screen for a special
Your
presentation
reflections then, Jim?
featuring our
Well, the
guest
look on the
performer
manager's
today.
face says it all.